Good evening, friend. Welcome to my channel, I Spence, and topic for discussions are here. First one is bulldozing the law and the constitution. Second is Indian judicial data hides more than it reveals in bail cases. So let's start the first topic, that is bulldozing the law and the constitution. It is covered under the governance section of the mains. Here is the syllabus for mains. Concern associated with ethnic cleansing. Main question for the day related to this topic is: are recent actions jeopardizing the integrity of the law and the constitution in India? Delve into the implementation of decisions that seem to disregard legal frameworks and constitutional principles. Background: recently, people's homes and businesses were demolished in the Haryana district of Nuh and Gurugram. These are the people who are accused in criminal situations, particularly those involving offenses with radical or ethnical sensitivity, without following the legal process. The Punjab and Haryana High Court intervened in an usual manner, taking judicial notice suo motu and stopping the demolition campaign. The High Court's inquiry into whether the state is engaging in ethnic cleansing brings us to the crux of the matter. The Punjab and Haryana High Court intervened in an unusual matter, taking judicial notice suo motu and stopping the demolition campaign. The High Court's inquiry into whether the state is engaging in ethnic cleansing brings us to the crux of the matter. About ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is a deliberate program designed by one ethnic or religious group to remove the civilian population of another ethnic or religious group from certain geographical areas by violent and terror inspiring means. The UN appointed Commission of Experts 1992, whose task is it was to investigate war crimes in the former Yugoslavia, is credited with using it for the first time. Ethnic cleansing is the result of state measures such as arbitrary arrest, incarceration, damage of property, forcible removal, displacement, deportation, and extrajudicial execution. Ethnic cleansing law in India. Ethnic cleansing is not defined in the Indian Penal Code or international law. Any such subversive act is gravely hostile to the constitutional protections under Part 3 of Indian Constitution, despite the lack of official recognition. According to Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, no one may be deprived of their life or personal freedom unless doing so in accordance with legal procedures. It is a constitutional outrage that elected governments so such scant regard for such fundamental values despite such a broadening of the reach of Article 21. Concerns over High Court intervention. The High Court acknowledged that the demolition campaign has violated the law's established procedures by proceeding without demolition orders or notices. As a result, there is concern and judicial action under Article 226 of the Indian Constitution. In order to advance selective social control, the administrative act of demolishing homes and buildings without giving notice or consulting the affected parties requires court intervention. Any argument in the opposite direction undermines the legitimacy of the constitutional process. Rule of law. Rule by law is the opposite of all that the rule of law stands for, despite the fact that it is acknowledged by a fundamental aspect of the Constitution. Since that time, Article 21 of the Indian Constitution has reflected the civilizational journey and had boundaries increased by the Supreme Court. When rule by law is implemented, this progressive journey is brutally turned around. Raw rule by law is when a political goal is carried out by using the law as a tool of social control, repression, and oppression. Conclusion: the Constitution breaks down when the state frequently engages in religious persecutions. Such occurrences are anticipated to be avoided by constitutional courts. It is one thing to pursue the offender, it is quite another to evict his family or a neighbor where the republic's hope lies. Nutgraft. When no one disputes that person who caused societal turmoil should be dealt with according to the law. What is criticized is the administrative enmity that moves into a tolerable exercise of power. Second topic is covered under polity section, that is Indian judicial data hides more than it reveals in bail cases. Main question for this news is, how does the lack of transparency in India's judicial data surrounding bail cases impact the judicial system? Explore the consequences of hidden outcomes and discuss potential solutions to address this issue. Introduction. Hello, fellow inquisitive minds. Today we embark on a journey that takes us through the labyrinthine corridors of judicial data, specifically focusing on the enigmatic realm of bail cases. Strap in as we unravel the mysterious, compare India's practices with the world's, and explore the possibilities for a more transparent legal landscape. Analyzing bail cases data in India. In the heart of India's judicial system lies a significant veil of secrecy when it comes to bail outcomes. Can you believe that a staggering 80% of bail decisions remain concealed? Imagine a courtroom drama without knowing the ending. That is the reality we are delving into. The hidden outcomes. As we peer into the shadows of bail cases, a daunting fact emerges: the outcomes of a vast majority of these cases are concealed from the public's eye. This lack of transparency raises questions about accountability and fairness. The Jharkhand surge. Let's shift our gaze to Jharkhand, where the number of bail appeals surged from 3.2 lakh to a mind blowing 35 lakh annually before 2020, rising up to 10 times in numbers. This meteoric rise in appeals speaks volumes about the complexities of the system and the need for closer scrutiny. The Odisha backlog. In the eastern state of Odisha, an overwhelming 50,000 pending bail appeals illustrate the burden faced by the judiciary. The backlog comes a reflection of the intricate web of cases awaiting resolutions. Comparative analysis with global practices. Now let's don our investigator hats and explore how India stacks up against global practices in terms of bail cases transparency. Transparency, a global perspective. In several countries, bail decisions are as transparent as crystal clear waters. The contrast in stark: some nations have embraced open systems, while India struggles with opacity. Is judicial truly served when it's cloaked with in secrecy? Contrasting narratives. By drawing a parallel with other legal systems, we see the divergence in approach. While some countries celebrate transparent practices, India's hidden outcomes spark a debate about the essence of judiciary justice. The way forward: embracing transparency. As we journey further, let's consider the path ahead, one that leads us towards a more transparent legal ecosystem. Data driven solutions. Imagine a data dashboard that offers real time insight into bail decisions. The power of data can turn the spotlight onto the process, promoting transparency and accountability. Lessons from global trends. Taking inspiration from global trends, India has an opportunity to adopt progressive practices. Learning from others can propel our legal system into a new era of transparency. Impact on justice: timely and transparent. As we navigate through real life scenarios, the impact of timely and transparent justice becomes evident. Relieving the backlog burden. The ballooning backlog of bail appeals during challenging times underscores the importance of efficacy and transparency in our legal system. Case studies. Learning from the world. Let's explore real world case studies to glean insights from countries that have championed transparent practices. A spotlight on Scandinavian transparency. Countries like Sweden and Norway are beacons of transparency where bail decisions are as open as daylight. Their models offer us a blueprint for reform, illumina- illuminating Canadian clarity. Canada's approach to transparent bail decision present another benchmark. By studying their practices, India can aspire to create a fairer system. Conclusion: a just and transparent future. As we approach the conclusion of our journey, one thing becomes evident: transparency is the key to a just legal system. In the age of information, the power of knowledge is undeniable. By comparing India's bail case practices with global standards, we unravel hidden truths, confront challenges, and chart a course toward a brighter legal future. So let's take the lesson from across the globe and rewrite the narrative of India's legal system with transparency as our guiding star. Justice can become more than just a word, it can become a reality for every citizen. Now, follow explorers, go forth armed with knowledge, spread awareness, and be part of movement for a more transparent and just legal framework. Thank you.